Hey everyone, this is Max from Unsubscribed Healthcare. This question I get a lot, and a lot of people are always asking, does an electronic signature need to be drawn out? So if we go back and we check out the ESIGN Act of 2000, it spells out what you actually need for an electronic signature. So if we get the actual definition of an electronic signature from the law itself, I can post a link down below where you can get the information yourself and read it as well. But you can see here it says electronic signature. The term electronic signature means an electronic sound, symbol, or process attached to or logically associated with a contract or other record and executed or adopted by a person with the intent to sign the record. So that's part of the ESIGN Act in there. Nowhere does it say that it needs to be an actual signature. That could be interpreted as symbol if you chose to do symbol, or, for myself, I chose to look at the word process. And my process is I have my people check a box, and then I have them type out their name afterwards. And it's a logical attachment of their intent to sign. The biggest thing that you can see from these laws is that it's all about intent and whether or not the person who is signing the records electronically intends to sign it. It's not supposed to be, misused or anything else. The other things that you're supposed to provide the people with information is a right to have an option to have the record on paper or in a non-electric form, and they can have the right to withdraw consent for treatment as well. The consent applies to the particular transaction or for all for the course of the party's relationship, and some other stuff here as well. But there's tons of stuff online that you can read into on the Electronic Sign Act, the ESIGN Act, and the other one that you want to check out is the UETA. It stands for, I believe it's Uniform Electronic Transaction Act, and that was in 1999. So these are not new laws at all. But you can see here too that the Uniform Electronic Transaction Act defines an electronic signature as a means of an electronic sound, symbol, or process attached to or logically associated with a record and executed or adopted by persons with intent to sign the record. So you can see a lot of these things. Again, it goes back to the intent. So as long as you are having your patients sign the Google Forms with a process, an electronically typed name is a valid electronic signature. There's other things that you can check out too. There's plenty of websites, like Adobe has this one where they go over what the UETA versus ESIGN Act. And here they say, again, the intent to sign. E-signatures are only valid if both parties intend to sign, consent to do business electronically, both parties acknowledge and agree to do business electronically, explicitly or implicitly. Again, e-signature must leave a mark, whether graphical or contextual or even as a sound, the document that can be associated with the record. Record retention. This is a big one as well. You guys need to retain your records, so you need to be able to access these records and provide them to your patients or anybody else that signs with you. And each record, it depends on your state in, your business and everything else. I think health records, again, I'm not a lawyer, so take all of this with a grain of salt, but I think health records, is like 7 years. So as long as you maintain the record for 7 years, you can. There's some other good stuff in those acts and stuff for you guys to read if you wanted to. Again, going through it, there's a lot. But basically some of the other highlights are if you are using a copy of the original agreement, then you need to make sure that it says copy if it's not the authentic original one. You also should be in a form that can't be changed. So PDF is also a form of a file that can't be changed. But those are just some highlights. But yes, Google Forms does satisfy the requirements set out by the UETA and also the ESIGN Act to make electronic signatures valid. Again, there might be other stuff out there depending on your state that you guys should check into, but from what I've seen, Google Forms is good to go. So, again, this is Max from Unsubscribed Healthcare. I hope this was helpful. Again, check out the links below, too, and do your own research if you need to. But if you have any questions, comment below and join the Facebook group. Thanks so much.